Hello, and thank you for joining us. We have what appears to be an extraordinarily dangerous situation. There is at least one tornado that has touched down. The damage is believed to be as much as 2 miles wide in the Chicago suburbs. We have on the bottom right a live, what is that? The Southern Chicago Metro Scanner live, and we may bring in the police audio. It looks like a number of emergency public works services are on generator power. North side of Parkside is without power, and the south side appears to still have power. Search groups are being organized as weather permits. It is considered a life-threatening situation. Confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado has touched down near Woodbridge, causing damage to several communities. And I don't honestly know how often it is to get a tornado of any significance. My area used to never get tornadoes. We do get them on occasion now, but it's still very rare. Having said that, I don't know. So let's see. There appears to be yeah. There's arcing. There seems to be some oh, that's not arcing. That's lightning coming in there. So on the map that you see on the top, that's camera 2 there. It's immediately to my left, your right. It is, you can see actually a lot of the orange area has subsided. You can see the path of the tornado there in the light orange. And I believe the pink there is the warning area, and the green is where they're still got, green and pink is where they are still getting storms. I don't know what this is compared to the Midwest 2 or 3 days ago. So we have some other video. Let's see, and they are saying that it's still, there's now a new warning southeast of Chicago near Cedar Lake. Authorities are asking people to shelter. We've already seen a number of serious tornadoes tonight. So if you are in the Cedar Lake area, seek shelter immediately. Let's see. Naperville Fire has a 2-alarm mass casualty incident for multiple tornado victims. Let's see, what else have we got? All right, so it's the Woodridge. Let's see that. Okay, so when we were preparing to go live, it looked like it was on its. There was a tornado on its way to Woodridge. It looks like it has struck. So what I'm going to do is try to sort out. We have a large amount of information coming reasonably quickly at us, and it looks like this feed here is not as stable as I'd like. So I'm also going to try to stabilize it so you're not getting too much lag. Obviously, as we fall behind, it's a problem. We have now multiple strikes in the southern Chicago metro area. You can see. All right, I may try to let me. I'm going to listen into the police scanner for 1 minute. All right, no, there's a lull there. Okay, so it's the Chicago suburbs. I don't recall there being a strike in the Chicago suburbs in any time in recent history for me. Brainy Beaver, fun fact, tornadoes are a North American phenomenon. They can occur in other parts of the world, but they are short-lived and rarely form any intensity. Water spouts don't count. So this is, we had some footage of the wreckage area. I wasn't able to get it up. I just wanted to go live as quickly as possible. But they're saying 2 mile wide. Okay, so there's now several mass casualty events: Naperville, Woodridge. But we're also looking at a number of power outages, including for KCA Randy. Isn't Mikey in Chicago? Yes, he is. That had crossed my mind. That had crossed my mind. So. All right. I'm going to text him. I'm going to text Mikey. Mikey, former host on Stitch. Okay, so planes. Okay, so last time. Okay, I'm gonna. Should I say? I do apologize. All right, I've sent him a message. Hopefully he gets it. So let's see. Let me do a rundown with what we have so far. We haven't actually collected much. What we know is at this point. So when we were going live, there was a warning of a tornado heading towards Woodbridge. It had already struck in the suburbs outside of Chicago. The damage is reported to be 2 miles wide in diameter. It has now struck in Woodbridge, and we are looking at severe damage in Woodbridge. Again, a number of areas. Okay, so I'm looking at, and unfortunately, okay, right now, so we've moved our systems to a new computer. The one of the things I forgot to port over was the ability to snag YouTube videos. I can get the Twitter ones, so the Twitter ones I can put into the system. What I'm looking at right now is damage to at least one residential area. I'll keep that up. I may put that on. So what you can see here, if I'm reading the map correctly, the map immediately to my left, you're right, it's in window 2. The pink area is the area where I believe a warning is still in effect. The orange area is the path that we believe has already struck, and you can see the remainder of the storms there. So that is Doppler radar that we have in window 2. We also have Doppler radar on window 3 and a live stream that appears to show, I don't know if that's lightning. You guys can probably see it. What I may do here is try to move that window up slightly. Let's see if I can frame that up in such a way that, okay, so I don't know what that looks like. I don't know the area well enough. So let's what I'm gonna do here is, okay, if that's, yeah, I can do that. I'll frame that up a bit, and we can see now. You can see what appears to be lightning in the right. I suspect that's lightning. If that's they were talking about arcing earlier. So it's obviously a severe storm, still very dangerous. A number of emergency responders are without power or running on generator power. There is severe damage to from a tornado that struck in Woodridge. So we have now, I believe it's Naperville is issuing a mass casualty incident. So is Woodridge, and to the best of my knowledge, they are still under a tornado warning in the area. So this is the suburbs just outside of Chicago. So there's a gas leak in I guess along Princeton Circle, and cars have been flipped, structural damage. At present, they have a pretty heavy fire and police presence. That's what we're looking at. So that's, well, let's see, Princeton Circle. That's Chicago. I think that's in the suburbs. I don't know where. Woodridge, the town of Woodridge, has been hit pretty badly. I'm going to see if I can get some of this footage up. We're running a little low on camera space. I know where that'll go. All right. All right, and then I'm going to try to catch up on. I think we actually may have some footage of it, but I may not be able to import that footage here. Okay, I can get this off of Twitter, so I'll put that up. That'll go on camera 3. So the, actually I can probably, there we go. That's pretty close to camera 3. So what you're seeing there on the right, and I'll try to frame that up a bit, that's the damage from the town of Woodridge. So that is 13 minutes ago. There we go. All right. So, so I'm camera one. Camera two is immediately to your right of me. On camera two, we have a map that is a Doppler radar map. The pink, if I'm reading the map correctly, the pink is the area that is currently under tornado warning. This is the suburbs of Chicago. The orange is where the tornado has already struck, or at least we've got multiple tornadoes. It appears that, so what we're hearing is that the damage path is 2 miles wide. You can see a storm there. You can see lightning from the storm camera. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think it's camera 7, bottom right there. You can see that's also Doppler radar of the storm, and you can see a live feed, and you can see the lightning, which is pretty intense. They've lost power in a number of areas right now. At least 2 towns that appear to have been hit pretty badly are Woodridge and I think it's Naperville. And Cedar Lake is right now under a warning for a new tornado that they think is going to strike. They are urging residents in the Cedar Lake area outside of Chicago to seek shelter immediately. Multiple tornadoes have already struck. Naperville and Woodridge. All right. No, that's okay. All right, we have 5 active tornado warnings in the area. And it looks like the tornado warnings have now expanded if I'm... Okay, so it's in the South Bend area and actually covers, so we just had, so we saw one of the Great Lakes. I think that's Lake Michigan. So they're now expanding the tornado warnings for Illinois, Indiana, and Michigan. That's severe tornado warnings in Illinois, Indiana, and Michigan. We have 5 active warnings across 3 states. Multiple houses have collapsed. Naperville EMS and fire is calling for technical rescue, multiple power outages. A number of the services are EMS are either on generator power or without power. CBS Chicago is reporting heavy, okay. Gas leak along Princeton Circle area. All right, so what I'm going to do here, just so that we have an active, so what I am getting, and this is actually, this appears to be an unconfirmed source. Let me just make sure I can confirm this source before I go any further with this. All right, so that's an unconfirmed source. What we're hearing is 5 active tornado warnings across 3 states, but that's an unconfirmed source, so I don't know that for certain. All right, there are 2 more areas, we believe now, Volenia and Lawton, Michigan. Seek shelter immediately. We, at this point, this is also an unconfirmed source, but better to err on the safe. So this is, okay, it's a NWS Advanced Spotter. So no, it's, okay, I think this is credible. What we're looking at now is 2 areas of rotation by Volenia and Lawton, Michigan. Seek shelter immediately. I will try to get up a map of this. Okay, yeah, so that's just north of the South Bend. We have Lawton and Volena, what we believe now are 2 tornadoes possibly forming in that area. Anyone in that area needs to seek shelter immediately. We have now, we believe, 5 tornado warnings across Illinois, Indiana, and Michigan. All right, now we do have, what I'm going to do at this point, we do have lag that is being caused. I'm not entirely sure by what, but I suspect I can dramatically reduce it. I'm going to kill power to one of the machines here, and as long as it's not the wrong machine, we'll be good. It's the wrong machine. This stream's about to go down. Okay, and kill power to that one. There we go. one of those was taking up bandwidth, and we're okay. The stream still is not stable. I don't know why. My hope is we'll catch up. I don't want to be. I don't want to get too much of a lag here. I want to thank, by the way, Bregwin, who's right now passing all of this information to us. So she's been curating content, getting us sort of, and this is what Bregwin does when we go live. So thank you, Bregwin. She's been passing this information to us as she gets it. So I'm going to see. All right, I'm going to put up a map of the two areas that they are now most concerned about. And then we're going to talk about what we know and where it is. So in the, really, this is going to be, okay, now this is going to be displayed in center position, center bottom. Those are the areas right now that they are talking about evacuating finding shelter. Lawton and Volina, that you can see on these maps, and I can see it here on a higher res. If I can probably expand this for you. So right there, and you can see on both of them, there is a white area where on the, let's see, I want to point to it. You can't see where my finger is. Just outside on the image on the right, just outside the L, just above and to the left, you can see what I think is the formation of the tornado there. You can also see where it's already struck, and there's power outages throughout those towns over there. So it looks like Lawrence, Almena, Almo, a number of areas there all appear to be without power, and it looks like another tornado is forming in Lawton and Volina. So we're looking at two more tornadoes. At last count, we have an unconfirmed report that there are that we are looking at a total of 5 tornado warnings, and across 3 states. The states are Illinois, Indiana, and Michigan. We now have 2 towns that have been told to seek shelter immediately. There's severe damage in Woodridge, and let's see, Naperville. There's a gas leak. I don't know if that's current, but it sounds like it's still current outside Princeton Circle, and everybody is being asked to seek shelter immediately. There is significant power outage across the area, and it looks like we may have. I want to check this out. Okay, is that video or is that that's okay? Yeah, this is a pretty amazing picture here. We're gonna put this in. This is a picture of the one of the tornadoes forming, and we're gonna put that up. We'll put that. Actually, we're gonna put that across the entire screen. Oh, wrong one. There we go. You can see there the tornado forming. So this is somebody who's got a dash cam. They're driving forward. Tornado is forming on the left. You can see the lightning behind it. That is not the setting sun. That's lightning that's causing the sky to illuminate like that. And you can see the formation of one of these tornadoes. Running out of places to put things. All right, we'll put this on the second spot right now. Oh, that's worthless over there. All right, we'll hold on to that. And I'm sorry, I've been ignoring the live chat. I do want to hit the live chat, but first I just want to see. I want to make sure we are completely up to date on any of the warnings. Kalamazoo now has a warning until 2:30 a.m. local time. That was issued. That's probably my time. So if I'm correct on the time zones, that's about an hour from now. They have okay. All right, but they don't have any report. Okay. So what do we have? We have at least 2, but it sounds like closer to 5 tornadoes have touched down. The damage on one of them that we know, the damage path was about 2 miles wide. They have struck at a minimum Woodridge, in a suburb of Chicago, and they have struck Naperville, which is also a suburb of Chicago. To the best of our understanding, right now there are 5 active warnings in Illinois, Indiana, and Michigan. The following areas have been told to find shelter immediately as they've spotted rotation on Doppler radar. They've got Volhynia and Lawton, Michigan. Seek shelter immediately. This is extraordinarily serious. You can see on the map there's already power outages, significant power outages along the path. The pink path on camera 2 there, which is the one immediately to my left, your right. It's the second camera, it's just immediately to my right. The pink there is the path, and that's actually expanded where we have tornado warnings. The orange is the path where we believe they've struck. And I'm going to take down this one so that you can see the Doppler radar there. And it looks like they've outlined in red, red pen, where they are currently expecting more tornado activity. Now, if somebody in the live chat can let me know what the lag is like right now, the indication here is that we're getting far more lag than I would normally anticipate, and I haven't had time to troubleshoot it. It just suggests that we're uploading something. I just don't know what. We have a cloud backup, but normally that's just off during, so I'm going to make sure the cloud backup is off. Google Drive is off to shut down everything that we don't need running right now. And hopefully we can, oh, one other thing that may, I took down something I didn't mean to, okay. All right, so I just lost the, yeah, I'll fix that in a second. All right, I really want to know what's sucking up our bandwidth. All right, I'm not going to get an answer. I'm going to catch up on the live chat in a minute. I think we've caught up with where there are tornado warnings. It looks like 5 active tornado areas. Volhynia and Lawton, Michigan have just been added, where they are now expecting a tornado, 5 tornado warnings in Illinois, Indiana, and Michigan right now. And what you're seeing immediately on your the white map to the right, that's camera 2. The pink, if I'm reading it correctly, I didn't check the legend, so I'm guessing. But it's been a little harried. But my guess is that that pink area is where they currently have warnings. I'm really rather sure that that orange is where there's been strikes. Those are the paths of the tornadoes. And you can see the storm going through on what's actually camera 7, which is the camera directly below that. You can see Doppler radar and a live cam that's been showing some pretty spectacular lightning. It does seem to have petered out. So what they're saying is all the warnings are still, okay, 12 homes severely damaged in far eastern Naperville, 6 injuries, gas leaks, and the Ranch View Elementary School is now housing displaced residents. So if you are in the Naperville area, the Ranch View Elementary School is a shelter now, and we will let you know if we find any more shelters. So anyone in the Naperville area, there are gas leaks, there are fires. Ranch View Elementary is now housing displaced residents. That is according to CBS in Chicago. They're saying all warnings will expire at 2 EDT, so that would be still more than an hour away. Let's see, EMS is reporting multiple injuries, gas leaks, and downed power lines. 13,000 outages in the Chicagoland area, including Woodridge and Naperville, and now Oak Lawn. All right. Thank you. Let me, yeah, let me, okay. 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 So I was trying to conserve our upload to YouTube because we are experiencing lag, and these are the shows that it's most important you avoid lag. And I accidentally closed my browser, so let me get that back up again so that I can see what's going on in the live chat, and I can sort of check the health of the stream to the best of my ability. All right, it's not going to be there. Okay, I'll get to that. Um, all right, so at last check, Volhynia and Lawton, Michigan, is ordered to seek shelter immediately. Last we heard, there were 2 areas of rotation that were possibly going to produce tornadoes. We've had multiple tornadoes, significant damage to at least Woodland and Naperville in the Chicagoland area. We have both the towns are reporting severe damage. 13,000 homes without power. Multiple gas leaks. Let's see. And I have now actually, okay. And I'm sorry, I've lost track of, so if one of our mods can continue to post in the live chat every few minutes that currently the Ranch View Elementary School in Naperville is the current shelter. If you are out of power, if you need shelter, if there are fires and gas leaks, it's apparently very dangerous. The Ranch View Elementary. So in case I forget to keep putting that, if we could have a mod. Bregwin is otherwise occupied. I don't know who we have for mods in the live chat, but if somebody could please take on the responsibility of making sure that every few minutes we get that out there so that if anybody is watching this, for those of you who don't remember, about 2 years ago, we actually, and just because we were the only news organization that was broadcasting during the dam break in Michigan, we actually helped direct a number of people to emergency shelters. It was, I was very proud of the work everybody here did that night. I don't know if anybody in the area is watching. They may not be. I try to tag the shows with these things so that if local news isn't covering it yet, we do get people. So just keep, please, letting them know in the live chat where to get shelter. All right. And then I need, oh, I hope that works. There we go. Okay. Yeah. All right, so I have Jake 4D who's saying that tornadoes are relatively common in the area, which I did not know. All right, and Bregwin who is saying all warnings in Michigan have been canceled. Thank you. Yeah, the cancel was for 2 a.m. Oh, it's yeah, 2 a.m. Sorry, 2 a.m. Central. So it's almost 2 a.m. Eastern, so 2 a.m. Central. I forget whether Central's back 1 or back 2. I think it's back 1, meaning it's about an hour away. All right, and we're getting yeah. All tornado warnings in Michigan have been canceled at this time. So looks like, to the best of my knowledge, now we have tornado warnings for. Let me catch this up here. All right. All right, so okay, let's do a rundown as best I can for anybody who is just joining us or catching up. What we have is a number of tornadoes that have struck in the Chicagoland area. It looks like 3 states have been under a tornado warning. Michigan, I'm sorry, was it Michigan? Wow, I'm sorry. One of those states has lifted the oh, it's okay. It says Michigan has, this is Weather Wolf, who is not, I think, an official source, but he seems credible, but that seems odd. The last we heard was Volina and Lawton, Michigan. So we know Naperville and Woodridge has been hit. Naperville has a evacuation area set up, or a shelter set up. Jake 4D is saying that he did find that from the National Weather Service, there were 92 significant tornadoes in the 8-county Chicago metro area between 1855 and 2008. So that looks like roughly 2 a year. All right, hello Amaretto, good to see you. Yeah, Amaretto, we've been following a lot. So I don't know now that we still have, I don't know. Okay, well, we know. Okay, so we know there's been touchdowns in Woodridge and Naperville. There are in excess of 13,000 homes without power. We have, let's see. All right, we had 2 more towns that were reported a rotation coming in: Volina and Lawton, Michigan. So we don't know if anything touched down there, but in the case of Woodridge, we've heard that the destruction was 2 miles wide from that tornado. You can see the lightning again on the bottom right corner. So 13,000 without power. We have rescues going on in so Oak Lawn, Woodridge, Naperville. Yeah, let me, sorry, I was sort of half attempting a rundown. So, all right, it looks like they're starting to do an assessment, so I think that's good. So, okay, there was a touchdown in, okay, oh, that was, oh no, so that says, okay, Woodridge we already know about, sorry, we're getting a lot of, okay. All right. All right, so let me do a rundown in just 1 minute. I'm going to try to assess. Thank you, Jake. All right. All right. So what do we have? All right. No, that's not going to work. What do we have? So this started with what appeared to be 2 touchdowns of rather large tornadoes in Michigan. They were just outside of they were in the Chicago suburbs, the Chicagoland area. And sorry, I said Michigan, I meant Illinois. Apologies. So yeah, Chicago's in Illinois. That's why Michigan canceled. All right, yeah. So just outside in the Chicagoland area, there was at least 2 towns that got hit, and then multiple reports of other tornadoes. We do not know how many tornadoes have struck. What we do know is that the one of the tornadoes, one of the early ones, was reported to have a debris field or a damaged field about 2 miles wide as it was cutting through. We believe that was the Woodridge one. There's now in excess of 13,000 homes without power. We have had scattered reports of injuries, people sent to the hospital. We know that a number of homes have been destroyed, but honestly, at this point, we don't know how many. it's difficult. We're getting a lot of reports, and we don't know which ones are overlapping with what. We do know that at one point, at the height of it, there were 5 active. Well, there were 5 tornado warning sites across 3 states, and Volina and Lawton, Michigan, were added to the list that appeared were going to be struck. Indiana, Illinois, and Michigan all had active warnings, 5 actives across those 3 states. Michigan has said that they are no longer tracking any active tornado warnings, so hopefully Michigan is now off the table for that. We do know that first responders have also been struck. A number of civilian first responder buildings and civilian buildings have lost power. Some are on generators, some are not. Again, we don't know. We don't know how many. This is just what we're getting in here. ComEd has reported, as I said earlier, 13,000 plus homes out of power in the Chicagoland area. This includes Woodridge, Naperville, and Oak Lawn. And it appears like there have been tornado strikes in all 3. Woodridge and Naperville, we know. So Michigan, again, has canceled the tornado warnings. That looks like okay. That's we already knew that one. So they said they're not going to clear all the warnings in Illinois for it looks like about another hour. So we've got this photo. What I'm going to do here is we're going to bring a photo in. Okay, so they're saying that the tornadoes were EF3 and EF4. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is grab that. So this came in about 2 minutes ago. We'll put this up here. That is Woodridge. It looks like Darien has also been struck. That's going to do another bit there. All right, so yeah, I'll leave that one up for another minute, and then I'm just going to take it down because it's taking up too much real estate. And then here's a is that a composite? No. All right, so I mean we don't I mean it looks it looks bad when you see all of this stuff coming in, but the problem is that we don't know how much of it is repeats, and we don't know. So I mean, like I said, we know. I think what was it that there was EF2 and 3? Was that what EF3 and 4? So that was both Naperville and Woodridge. So, but they're already sending out damage assessment teams. They usually do literally as soon as it's safe. I mean, within minutes of it being safe. So somebody thinks, and it looks like the live feed on is the live feed down? Yeah, the live feed there. So the live feed. Okay, I don't even know if that's somebody reporting on. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what that is. That I'm going to try to see. All right, I want to see. I don't know if this is. It looks like the live feed is down. I don't know what it's been replaced with. It looks like somebody's surveying something, but that's not damage. So, yeah. All right, let me Nope, that's not going to work. All right, and then what I'm going to do here is we're going to put that footage. So we lost one of the feeds. There we go. All right. All right, we lost one of the feeds. I don't know if that's good news or bad news. That was, the best of my knowledge, that was a straight off of, that was a, I thought that was a PD feed, so I don't know why we've lost that. So let me quickly catch up in the live chat, and then I'll do one more rundown, and we'll figure out what's going on. It looks like you guys are definitely a few minutes behind. All right. Yep, you guys are like at least a minute. The live stream, it looks like, is about a minute behind. It's just we've had a good deal of lag. The stream has stabilized. So as soon as I say that, we're getting the warnings again. And yes, I had to say something. All right. So right now, if you are in the Naperville area, they've ostensibly, what we're being told is they've suffered some pretty significant losses there. They have a shelter. It is the Ranch View Elementary School. So it looks like a single tornado going through Woodridge, Naperville, and Darien. We had two other tornadoes that started to form, but we don't know if they actually formed or did any damage. We've got loads of images of damage coming in. We've got more than I can put up right now, I think. So 3 states had warnings in effect. Michigan has, the warnings have expired, or they've outright canceled the warnings. 13,000 people in the path of at least the original tornado, which you can see is, I believe, that orange. If you look on the white map there, the orange. I'm gonna let's white box this for a second. So the orange area, to the best of my understanding, is what's been hit. Now, I don't mean the orange and the red, but the sort of boxy area right there on the right. That is the path that at least one of the tornadoes took. The pink area, as I understand it, is where there have been tornado warnings, but this has to be at least somewhat behind, because this is covering Detroit and Michigan, which no longer has any warnings. I don't know how far behind that feed is, but this feed is not. Let me see if I can, if that's on our end or if that's on, well, okay, somehow, yeah, that feed is not as up to date as it should be. There we go. Well, okay, that's still not. Okay, that says, okay, that says that is, sorry, that has been behind. So there's, all right, okay, there we go. Sorry, okay, so that was definitely behind. That is now as of 2:07 Eastern, so that is 4 minutes ago. So you can see the orange block area is where tornadoes have touched down, and that's the path they took, the path of the main tornado. It looks like we've had at least one that hit 3 towns. The path has been about 2 miles wide. The pink is, as I understand it, I would imagine it's where you still have a tornado warning. However, the warning is no longer in effect in Michigan. So I don't know why Detroit is covered by that. So we can look into that. But this is the live Doppler radar. And okay, this is interesting. This is going back in time. It's now showing 2:07. I have no idea why. 2:09. Okay, so we're back to 2:09. All right, so we are going to keep that up there on camera 2. So 13,000 without power. We have multiple injuries, mass casualty events in at least 3 towns. This includes Woodridge, Naperville, and Oak Lawn in this is the Chicagoland area. We have EMS and fire departments being dispatched. Some fire departments, it appears, are without power. I assume they all have, well, I assume the smaller ones may not have backup generators. I don't know. There's some that appear to be on backup and some that don't. So it's hard to tell how many tornadoes we've seen. At this point, we can confirm at least one that hit apparently 3 towns. At first, it looked like we were talking 3 separate ones, but it looks like one that hit 3 towns. 2 more were reported to be forming, but at this moment, we have no indication that they actually formed. We do believe that other tornadoes have formed, but we only know about those. We can only confirm the one that appears to have struck at least those 3 towns. So that's where we are. We have no reports of deaths. We do have reports of severe injuries and hospitalizations, but we have nothing past that. Michigan, again, has canceled all the warnings, so that just leaves... hold on. I just want to double check that. So that leaves Indiana and Illinois, to the best of my knowledge, that still have tornado warnings. They are set to expire in 45 minutes. To the best of my knowledge, right now, there's nothing active on the ground. We did have 2 severe warnings for sheltering in place in 2 towns. Let me see if I can get those back up. Okay, so and then it looks like both of them may have expired, so they may be okay. I don't want to say that until I know for certain. So that's the towns that we know have been hit: Woodridge, Naperville, and Oak Lawn. All right. And we've lost time. Oh my God. The time on this thing is going backwards. That's a first. Only on in time can we screw that up. So the Doppler radar was showing 209, but it appears to be going backwards, and I really don't know why that is, but it is getting slightly annoying. I want to see if okay, that 211 would be nice. There we go. Okay. We'll see. All right. Well, thank you for stopping by, Sinister. Go sleep. I mean, I think my hope is that the tornadoes are done. There's some reason to believe. I mean, we haven't had anything come in about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So that's a good sign. As I said, it's very hard to tell. I mean, it looks catastrophic. I mean, a 2-mile wide path, 13,000 homes without power, but it's very hard to tell until they assess these things. And you know, we get loads of footage coming in of different places, and then it turns out, you know, it's all the same neighborhood. You know, you don't know. So it's very hard to tell. I mean, we're seeing cars that have been crushed. Obviously, this car here that was flipped. We're seeing homes that have been destroyed. None of this is aerial views, so we just don't know. They can't do aerial views, at least for a little while. But they are sending crews out to assess. So the first damage survey team looks like went out about an hour ago. So hopefully they'll know. But this is all still early on. I mean, the biggie is there are multiple reports of gas leaks, so everybody obviously needs to stay inside and be careful and take care of themselves and or get to shelter. The Ranch View Elementary School in Naperville is the only shelter area that we're aware of. That is the shelter for Naperville, which is one of 3 towns struck. It looks like that with Woodridge were the 2 that were the preliminary places struck. Tornado about 2 miles wide. The tornado wasn't 2 miles wide. The path of damage was about 2 miles wide. So I mean, that's it. We can put up again maybe a map of the power outages. There's clearly a lot, 13,000 at last report. So all right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a breath and say a couple of things. First, I want to say I want to thank everybody who is helping in the live chat, all our mods, Maya, Bregwin, Jake 4D, and who are making sure that people have information as they need it. So thank you guys very much. That's one of the things that makes me most proud in this show is when we can do that and get that out there. So thank you. One of the things that I think makes this show special is that we pull sources usually right off of social media. So a special shout out to Bregwin A for bringing this in. So thank you, Bregwin. She was the one who's brought it in, and so we went live with it. But she's also been pulling social media, and I think that's one of the things that makes this show something different than what you're going to see on TV. So. Thank you all very much, and if you have a minute now that we are taking a break, a like and subscribe always helps. So this is the first time we've done a serious breaking news. I think we did do another breaking news. It was the shooting, but on the new channel, and we're trying to just get this channel up. So we sincerely appreciate your help. It's not monetized. It's got less than 100 subs, so In Time has a lot more, but we moved this off so that the people who, nobody on In Time got the notification for this. If you're watching In Time because you like our interviews, you like us being goofy and getting triggered during our after shows and after dark, then you can do that and you're not doing the news. If you're not interested in that and just want to do the news, you can subscribe to this. So, but this one has to catch up. All right. So, I am cautiously optimistic. We have not had an expiration of, to the best of my knowledge, Michigan doesn't think that they're going to have any more issues with tornadoes tonight. Illinois is not as confident, but I haven't seen anything coming in, and I'm going to start looking. Okay. Yep. And what I'll do is I'm going to do a rundown in a minute for anyone who is new here, but I'm going to just try to check. No, that's not going to be there. All right, so yeah. All right. I think the other thing I'm gonna do quickly is yeah. Okay. All right. So the other thing you can do is we have a link. Hopefully that's a good link. Somebody reported that link may not be good. So if hopefully somebody can drop it in the live chat, I'll be able to drop it. Link to our Discord if you want to see our sources for this, where we get the news. If you want to participate, hang out, chat, talk about our shows, talk about in time, overtime, off time, time off, nick of time, whatever you want to talk about. Come in, join us there. We hope you guys will join us. We've been keeping an eye on the Republican states expanding their power over elections, trying to suppress the vote in one way or another. Netanyahu refusing to leave the official residence, which I always thought that was going to be Trump who did that, not Netanyahu. But that one, that's cute. And the Portland Police Bureau announcing that its entire rapid response team left their voluntary positions based on a fellow officer who was charged with assault. So we saw that actually also happen when the officer pushed. It was about, I want to say, a little less than a year ago. An officer pushed a man. He fell back, hit his head. Blood started coming out of his ears. The 2 officers involved with that were charged, and the entire rapid response team quit in protest. So a lot going on, and but what I want to do now is I'm gonna double check on. Thank you, Aunt Jer. I don't know if you're there. I suppose I'll get to that in a minute. But thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So I'll prepare another rundown. I mean, things appear to be calming down, and that's good. I can't find anything on mainstream media on most of this. So, so before we continue, I do wish to first things first, get to safety if you're listening to this and you're anywhere in the area, and keep an eye on any local sources. We don't have any reports right now of active tornadoes that we're aware of, so things have improved. So on a personal note, happy Father's Day to everybody. I have 2 beautiful kids I love very much, and I couldn't be prouder. My youngest has started gaming with me, and we play Borderlands and a few other things, and she decided she wants to be on air with Daddy. And okay, so she's cuckoo. What can I say? But she had I said, well, we can't do it because everything on time, it's in time. What do we? She goes, we'll call it playtime. I was like, oh dear Lord. So we've been doing some test streams to Twitch, and I don't think she's a little young. Of course, the 12-year-olds are the ones who make the big bucks on YouTube. But some of the best things I learned about being a father, I learned from my father. And I think I'm a good father. I hope I'm a good father. I really try to be. But I'm not always sure I'm as good as he was. He died in September last year. This is our first year, my first year without him. And if you saw that I did a Nick of Time episode on it. And it's not something I should lingered on as a subject too much here. But happy Father's Day to everyone. It was it struck me a little more than I was expecting today. I'm fine, but it was just realizing the very first person to wish me a happy Father's Day, very first person without fail, every year since I became a dad, was my father. And this was the first year he didn't. But maybe that's why shows like this are important, so that we can help people try to keep their family safe. I don't know, but anyways, if you have kids, if you have family, make sure you spend time with them. And I did get to spend time with my father, and I was lucky for that. But Aunt Jared was just very nice and posted a very nice message. So I appreciate the message, and now it's time to get back to work on this. So. Let's see what they're saying here is they are expecting severe storms to continue. Tornado warning and wind damage threat is expected to continue across northern Indiana and southern lower Michigan over the next few hours. The threat should eventually affect northwest Ohio. So what they're saying now is that this may go as far as Ohio. So where I was thinking and hoping that maybe this would wind down, at present I'm thinking that is less and less likely. So let me take a minute to assess what the likelihood is of how long we're going to keep going. It's my intention to keep going so long as there's a credible expectation that we're going to see more tornadoes. So if that's the case, there is a possibility what I may do is kill the stream and restart it. I'd rather not, but something is causing lag. Don't know what. And it could also be on YouTube side. It does happen. Right now, every indication says that we shouldn't be causing lag, but I don't want to get 5 minutes behind and be putting broadcasting a warning, a 5-minute warning, or sorry, broadcasting a warning to get to shelters, and it's 5 minutes late for you guys. So I don't know what we're going to do. I'm going to try to figure out just how much lag we've got, and try to identify why the stream just is not stable right now. So it's not terrible, but it's not good either. Yeah. Okay. So they're expecting this. They're not done with this yet. All right. And but right now we don't have any active ones. So what I may do is I may take a break, get myself some water, and we will keep this up for a little bit. We'll keep up the map, and I may let me actually I should probably move them. Let me move the map to yeah. Let me. Yeah, I'm gonna move the map down there. All right. Perfect. If you want to join in our Discord, like I said, I mean, keep in mind that In Time does a lot of stuff. We do news, obviously, we do overtime, but we also do news, politics, culture. We do interviews. We we just had on Anthony Magnavasco not that long ago. That was fun. We are looking at getting a debate on. We're reaching out to a few other people to I'd like to get Digital Gnosis on. Gnosis. Wow. At any rate, I'm a little tired. So if you want to see what we're doing and participate, or just I think it's a good Discord. I think you come on down and chat with us. Like I said, I'm going to take a break for a minute, get myself a little water, and then we're going to try to ascertain how much longer we can expect to be here. And hopefully everybody is safe. Right now, it looks like there are no active tornadoes. And I think, yeah, oh, our Doppler radar is moving forward in time. Okay, so that is active. That is the last hour. So that is tracking an hour, and the final frame there is 2 minutes ago. So I think we've got a pretty good. That's good. I have no idea why Michigan thinks it's okay. That's headed straight for Detroit. But it does look like, so now I'm wondering if the orange tracks are well, I wonder if the orange tracks. I'm gonna get a I'm gonna take a look at the legend on this and figure out exactly what I'm looking at. So I'll be back in about 5 minutes, folks. And are we all? I'll make sure that we're all set and I'm not leaving right in the middle of. I'm not going to be far. Like I said, I just got to get some water. If there's anything you want me to know, you can tag me in the Discord. I'll catch it if it's something absolutely urgent. The mods can hit me on Discord and just at me or send me a DM. I don't think there's gonna be anything urgent, but I'll have my headset on, so I'll be able to this range of 300 meters. So I'll be able to hear if anybody pings me on the Discord. Let me just check. All right, we're good. So see you all in about 5. All right, if you could all bear with me for a minute, I'm going to try to get my bearings here. Now, we are currently looking at all right, yeah. All right, we are currently looking at, or I'm looking at, let's see, NOAA's, the National Weather Service's Storm Prediction Center. And what they are saying, and they are tweeting out regular updates to this, but it looks like yeah, this is really, I know that says slight. So it there this storm. Good news, bad news. The good news is it doesn't look like that it's anything above either marginal or slight for the estimated risk of tornadoes. The bad news is it's across a huge swath of this country. The map I'm looking at shows 4, 8, 12. Okay, that shows at this point as many as 20 states with a risk of severe weather up through and including tornado. I'm gonna get that map up. The good news, it's marginal or slight, which is good, but it's a big area. So now, I guess, and as I was starting to think about it, I probably fell into a bit of a. There's only one that I can see. There's only one major storm that's causing this. So if that storm itself just has a slight chance of spawning anything, then the potential striking area really doesn't matter. So it's not like there's 30 storms and, so all of these have a marginal area. Well, that would mean that the chance that a state is going to get struck is actually rather high. It's just, it's marginal for 20 states, but, that means the total chance would be rather high. But that's actually not the way to look at it because, of course, this is really, that I can tell, it's only one major severe storm, and it's going to strike in this entire area. And the overall chances appear to be, at this point, reasonably low. But it looks like it's going to hit New England, which is, of course, where I am. It looks like it's already striking a part of Ohio that has received some pretty significant damage. Actually, I'm going to get into that in a minute. But we do have other areas. So it's a large storm. I don't know why Michigan is so optimistic. On that map, Detroit is. Hold on, let me count. Detroit is about 90 minutes away from getting hit if that storm continues at that. So Michigan's like, okay. And Michigan can go do Michigan. Now, I saw one other map, and it looks like even it's been downgraded. Yeah, it's been downgraded. Now, it looks like one area has been upgraded. Tornado threat expected to continue for the next few hours. Let me just see. I'm hoping, of course. So I'm going to check. Okay, it's not there. So it looks like okay, they've updated their. Yes, they've updated their predictions. So what I'm going to do is All right, let me do a rundown. I think Randolph may be joining us. All right. All right, so we'll do a rundown. All right. Yeah. All right. Let me get a more accurate map. Let's see. So that map was actually, yeah, they're updating this pretty quickly. All right. So Woodridge is reporting heavy damage. I don't know. All right. So what I'm going to do is. So it's going to be a severe thunderstorm no matter what happens. So the question is, what's the likelihood of a tornado? And right now they're saying the tornado threat is continued to expect it be expected across northern Indiana, southern lower Michigan, and a corner of Ohio. Now, when I have a minute, we can get you some of the footage, but I really want to get Noah's, because, I mean, at this point, seeing what Noah has on this, I think would be, that's the wrong one. Yeah. And, all right, and I can't see the live chat, so I'll check on the live chat. We'll do a rundown and talk about what's happened so far and what we are expecting, or what we've been told we can expect over the next couple of hours. Okay, so that's 5. Yeah. Okay, nope. Yeah, so, that's wrong. All right. So, and we're just going to, well, I just want to make sure before we do anything that we have the most up-to-date information and we can, yeah. There we go. Okay. That's what we'll do. So let me finish with the NOAA information, and then. All right. Hello, Randolph. Thank you for joining us. We'll do a. It's been an interesting evening. We will do a. Let's see. I'm going to check with NOAA, and then. So yeah, they're talking northern Indiana, southern lower Michigan, far northwest Ohio. We're going to get severe thunderstorms. Whatever happens, it's going to be severe thunderstorms. So the question is, are we going to get any more tornadoes? We've had some reasonably significant tornado activity. They were saying the F, was it 2s and 3s? I think I keep saying 2s and 3s, and I think it was 3 and 4. Now that could be adjusted. Okay, there's the most current map. Okay, they adjusted this. So it looks like a marginal risk across parts of the mid-Atlantic and southeast Midwest, Central Plains, and Pacific Northwest. But it also looks like just about 40 minutes ago, they upgraded that threat. So it's hard to say. So I'm going to get a map up. I mean, like I said, this map looks, they've downgraded the risk. So it's marginal in most areas. I think that's pretty good. This is the map that we're looking at right now. This is what they are expecting. we've had a number of tornadoes and we now have what looks like about 40,000 homes without power. We have some reasonably significant damage in at least 3 towns, and we are hoping no more. We know of at least one tornado 2 miles wide in the damage, and we believe that tornado hit 3 towns. We believe there was at least one other tornado. There was a couple of others that were reported forming, but did not appear at this point not to have formed. Now, the light green is, they're going to get a storm, but they're not expecting, there's going to be storm damage. These storms are powerful enough to cause damage. We've seen some of the lightning. We showed it earlier. It was really quite spectacular. That feed is down, so we can't show it again. You'd have to go back to see it. But and then the dark green is marginal, which is still, the chances are reasonably slim. So we're hoping no more tornadoes, but they have suggested that they've upgraded the likelihood of a problem of tornadoes now. Again, northern Indiana, southern lower Michigan, and far northwest Ohio. The watches have expired. There were 5 tornado watches across 3 states. At least one of those states is no longer engaged in an active tornado watch, and we've had no reports on the others. One of the tornado watches is set to expire in about 4 minutes, barring any changes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a rundown, and we will cover what we've seen so far. And we're tracking the storm right here. This is really up to the minute as to where the storm is and where it's headed. That storm has spawned at least one tornado. The tornado had a damage path of that was about 2 miles wide. Let me get to my information here, and we will see what we've got. We know, and I'll put up also, somebody got some reasonably spectacular footage there of, okay, so that's the tornado forming. Now that's lightning in the background. That's not the sun setting. So that's against the lightning. You can see the tornado forming there on the left, just to the left of the trees. And we've also got this here. So what has happened? Well, at least one very large tornado struck the town of Woodridge and passed through from Woodridge to, hold on, I've got to refamiliarize myself with, struck the Cedar Lake area, and also struck, oh, dear Lord, I do apologize. Let me just, Naperville. And we know roughly now 40,000 homes in that area are without power. A number of emergency services are without power. Some are running successfully on generators. I don't know. It may be small suburbs of Chicago. I don't know, but these are Chicago suburbs. We do know, we have no reports of deaths. We do know a number of people have been hospitalized. We have reports and images of significant damages, houses just shorn in 2. You can see there a car that's been flipped over. The house there is reasonably fine. The shelter area for Naperville is the high school. We've dropped that on occasion. Hopefully we can get someone to drop that again. I think now they're not expecting any more damage. In fact, it looks like the storms have passed through that area. We had multiple multiple warnings of rotation starting in several different towns. Volina and Lawton, Michigan, those did not appear to produce anything. So to the best of our knowledge, we haven't heard anything since the reports of rotation, which was more than an hour ago. So I don't think anything spawned there. We've had multiple warnings, Kalamazoo, and so it looks like right now 3 towns were hit pretty badly is what we're seeing. I misspoke. I said 30,000. Sorry, I thought it was 39, so upwards of 40,000, and that was a high. My apologies. ComEd is reporting over 13,000, not 30. 13,000 homes without power, and including Oak Lawn, which appears to have been struck. So it's Oak Lawn, Woodridge, and Naperville. Multiple gas leaks, down power lines, mass casualty incidents in at least in those 3 towns. And let's see. Damage survey teams are already out, and as of this moment, it looks like, okay, that's one of the homes that's been really cut in half. So I may bring that up. So right now, the National Weather Service is saying that they're saying 2 things. They've got 2 different. They put out a map which shows the likelihood of tornadoes in this area, and they've downgraded it. They've gone down from yellow to green. It's a dark green, but that's a marginal. So it looks like they're not expecting any, but they have made a separate report from the Storm Prediction Center, and that report says that they're in the middle of a severe thunderstorm watch, big surprise, but that tornado threat is considered active in northern Indiana, southern and lower Michigan, and Ohio. And it was supposed to spread to, it's already in Ohio. So that's what we're looking at. And I mean, right now it's just severe weather. We've been seeing images of lightning. It's about as powerful as anything I've seen. I've been out of the live chat for a few minutes because I've been trying to catch up. All right. Anthony Torres, who is he's a meteorologist at the University of Michigan, is saying that he is watching or monitoring a suspicious rotation near Branch County, which is crossing I-69 of Coldwater, and he says that surface stability should limit a tornado threat, but we could easily see a funnel, so we're keeping an eye on that. All right, so he's got... All right, so what he's doing is he's monitoring this himself. He's using radar scope, and okay, yeah. All right, so okay, he thinks there is a good possibility of a funnel. He's saying that I think he's arguing the topology of the ground there would limit the threat of the tornado, but he seems to think that there's going to be one. Now, if these were EF3s, which it looks like they were, the last EF3 in these areas was in 1991. So that's over 30 years since we have had an E3, and we've now had what appears to be at least one E3. Do they say E3 and E4 or E2 and E3? I'm not doing well on numbers tonight. So let me catch up with the live chat and see what's going on. I hope that gets everyone up to date. I get a little disorganized when these things are going. So I'm going to catch up and see what people are saying. So it looks like the National Weather Service Chicago has ended the severe weather threat for all of northern Illinois and northwest Indiana. So those are the 2 remaining states. This does appear to be moving fast. You can see it on the Doppler radar that we have down there. But like I said, I do want to catch up in the live chat. Right now, we're just going to monitor. All right. All right, and All right. What I'm doing right now is I'm trying to ascertain just how far a lag we have. The stream is not as stable as I'd like. I have been unable to find the source. I suspect right now it's YouTube, but it looks like we're actually about 45 seconds in a lag. No, it's more than that. Almost a minute in lag. So oh yeah, we've developed a bit of a lag during the show. You guys are about a minute behind. No, you're longer than a minute. So it's possible the best thing to do would be to kill the stream and reconnect. Any number of things. You are all right. So what you're seeing is about 70 seconds actually behind what I'm actually doing. And if we don't have a tornado, and if we don't have to tell anyone about any emergency shelter orders, that's not a big deal. But we'll keep an eye on that. Anyways, yeah, there's that car's upside down. We've seen some pretty significant damage. Simos, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And I'm going to start to put some of it in. We have a little bit of a break. The good news is it doesn't look like Illinois is out of the, but you can see that's now passed through Chicago. Northern Illinois, it says it's ended for all of northern Illinois and northwest Indiana. So they're out of the woods. We can show a map of what we're looking at again. This is the projection of areas that are going to get that are going to at least see severe storms, but the projection there is for an actual tornado, and the yellow is actually slight. It's not even the yellow it's just a slight possibility. So that's good, but this is now we're looking at ostensibly based on the numbers that we've seen the largest tornado to strike in a generation in the Chicagoland area. 19,000 people without power. No, sorry, it was 13,000 people without power. Mass casualty events in at least 3 towns, and we're looking now at a possible another funnel forming right now at possibly at Branch County. So it looks like this guy, he's a meteorologist at the University of Michigan, and he's tracking this, and he says there's activity he considers suspicious. He is a meteorologist and climate scientist, and he's tracking this as of about 12 minutes ago. He seems to think there's a reason to believe it's going to create a funnel. So now actually, okay, so NOAA has updated their map. This is the updated map. And it looks like a lot of the darker green, which was still marginal. It's not a terrible risk, but it's definitely moved off. So instead of covering a third of the United States, it's now covering what appears to be about a fifth. So that's a significant improvement. And what I'm going to do is we're going to keep an eye on both the NOAA predictions and the predictions of, and I'm gonna give that lecture again real quick. You guys are in for another lecture, but and then we're gonna see if we can get some footage in. So that's, I mean, it's all nighttime, so it's very hard to see. But okay, this is, yeah, I can get that in at least. So I'm gonna get in. So this was Woodridge, and I'm also going to get this is also Woodridge. This was taken actually an hour ago. This is one of the cars that we saw, and then the other thing I would like to show is let's see. And Torres has not updated his. I'm just trying to keep track of what either people on social media or NOAA is saying and or any of the local news channels. And I'm going to do all my thank yous. We did have, oh yeah, that was, okay, I'd like to get that image in there. So let's, there we go. And then, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for just a couple of things that I wanted to show you guys. The one more, okay, here's a home. It looks like the home has been literally cut in two. So I'm going to snag that. We're going to put that in. Let's put that there. There you go. So that's the home, and you can see actually, well, an entire wall is missing. The wall facing us, you can see into the garage. It looks like it was at least a brick facade is gone. All right. So I'm going to do a quick, just explain where we stand, sort of in terms of. Yes, it's going west to east, Daryl. All right, so quick rundown on just sort of what's going on. First of all, the stream has not been as stable as I'd like. It seems to have stabilized right now, but every time I say that, it starts to go. It is stable. And what that happens is the longer you do a show, you do tend to go back. And we have had very stable streams up until now, which is good. The last 2 months, really, we've basically lost maybe a second an hour. We've been losing, I don't know, we've been losing 30 seconds an hour right now. So what you guys are hearing was actually broadcast about 70 seconds ago. So I am keeping up with the live chat, and if you tag me, I will try to catch up, but expect a little lag before I can read it and then answer to whatever you're saying. And then before I go into what's going on, you guys have those of you who've been here before, and I really appreciate that. In Time is a brand. It used to be just one channel. It's now two because we have Overtime, which is what you're on now. And In Time, we do our interviews, hangs. We do all our cultural and some, a little more fun stuff on In Time. Overtime is where we just do breakdowns of the weekly news when appropriate, and or breaking news as we're doing now. One of the things that I'm immensely proud of that we do on this show is that we get a lot of our information from social media, which allows us to get it faster than if you're just getting it from local news. Right now, CNN isn't covering any of this, and we often, are able to get stories because we're a smaller organization, much more nimble. We're often able to get stories. But I would like to thank Bregwin, Jake, Titan, who isn't here, but also just sort of manages the team and does a spectacular job with that. Maya, everyone who helps out both in terms of modding and in terms of collecting this stuff, because I can't do this all by myself. I just can't. And so, they when something like this happens, we sit, we discuss, we decide if we're going to go live. If we go live, we do this. And we get to bring in stuff that you don't see on TV because we're pulling it off of social media, but that takes people to go over it and to do it. So they're the ones who curate this stuff and help get that to me. We go through, we make sure it's credible. It's a tremendous amount of work because you can't just pull off anything you see. You got to make sure it's, we're not putting up something from 7 years ago that we almost had that happen once. We like, oh my God, we had like 20 lions roaming. I think it was Chicago, actually. It was the same area. Lions and a giraffe and all this other stuff. And we're about to go live with it. We're like, wait a minute, this is from 7 years ago. It did happen, but we were just 7 years late with the story. It's not in time, it's on time. It's not on time, it's in time. Yeah. So, but anyway, so I'd like to thank them, and I would like to thank everybody who supports us. We have a good number of patrons, and we have people who come to our Discord. If you want to come to our Discord, hang out, see what happens in the news process, even participate. If you just want to chat and meet some of the guests that we have on the main channel, and just okay, Bregwin, you've been amazing. Any of that stuff that you want to do, you know. Please join us. Also, if you just like the stream, like and subscribe, and or when it's content you like, share it. That's a great way to support the channel and help us do what we do. I think it has value. I hope you do too. If you do, and if you, I really should just get Alec Baldwin to say this and just do one of the NPR if this has value to you. But that's how it works. This is largely a community-run show, so we appreciate your support. Daryl is in the solipsis team. We lost Sinister Porpoise. She had to go to bed, so Daryl will take over the solipsism for the live chat tonight. Jake 4D is saying here that Chicago primary threats include scattered. Okay, so I'm gonna take a look at that. They're looking at hail events, hail of 1 inch in diameter, or a tornado or 2 possible. So we're gonna stay on it, and we're gonna see what happens. Randolph. Happy Father's Day, Randolph, by the way, which I didn't get to. I did my thing on that. I won't go over that again, but it was a little bit of a bitter. It was a little bit of a difficult Father's Day for me, but I got to spend a lot of time with my girls, which always makes my day. So what I'm going to do is do a quick rundown of what has happened, and then we can talk about what we are expecting for the rest of the night. A few hours ago, we got word that a tornado had hit in the Chicagoland area. It carved a path 2 miles wide through woodland, and apparently if it is as strong as reported initially, which we believe is at least an EF3, it is the strongest tornado to hit that area in at least a generation. So we got reports of other tornadoes. It's very hard to tell if it's really other tornadoes or the same one. We did absolutely see radar and other reports of tornadoes starting to form, but we do not believe they were completed. There were several other towns, but at this point, at least 3 towns in the Chicagoland area have been hit, and hit quite hard from what we're seeing. Emergency responders have gone out, but at least one of those towns had to set up a shelter. They're out of power, out of gas. In fact, there's also been multiple gas breaks and leaks and fires. So you have to be very careful if you're going to go from your home to that shelter. It's the elementary school. I believe we dropped the location of that. So we'll be dropping that again in a minute. What we're looking at now is there was considered a reasonably significant threat of more tornadoes really across a very large swath of the United States, but it has been downgraded, and the current threat map looks like this here. Now, the dark green is marginal and is actually the lowest ranked possibilities. The light green, they're just looking at, if I'm reading this correctly, they're just looking at storms. The dark green, they are looking at possible tornadoes, but it's considered marginal on a scale of 1 to 5. The chances of a tornado there are 1. Now, there is a professor at the University of Michigan, Anthony D. Torres. He is a meteorologist and a climatologist, and he has tweeted that he believes that, in fact, there may well be a tornado. He said we could easily see a funnel in Branch County, where he has seen a rotation that he finds suspicious. We're going to keep an eye on what he says, and we're going to keep an eye on what's coming across the news. But so far, we haven't heard of any more tornadoes. We know for a fact one very large one hit. We believe as many as 2 more at the highest. It was reported almost, it could have been as many as 5. There was certainly at least 5 tornado watches and across 3 states, and most of those have expired, and most of the watches in the areas have expired. But if you take a look, and I'm going to bring the map up here real quick, the Doppler radar. This is the storm that's responsible for all of this, and I'm not sure. I still haven't checked the legend on this. I'm not sure what the pink area is. I don't know if that is a tornado warning or at least a watch. I don't know. But we've been tracking that. It's now passed through Chicago. It's passed through the Chicagoland area, and all of the severe thunderstorm warnings, severe weather warnings, and the tornado warnings have expired for that area. But they are now active in Ohio and a couple other. Let me get. I'll get the list of where they're now looking at tornado warnings. So, I mean, the good news is, I mean, at one point it looked like it was going to spawn 4 or 5 very large tornadoes. It appears not to have done that. We did get at a minimum 1. The damage is significant. We have at least 13,000 homes without power. And we do have multiple mass casualty events. We don't know what the status of any of that is at the present moment. So that's where we stand, and we're just doing our best to stay on top of what is the likelihood of another tornado spawning, and if it does, where. So a severe thunderstorm. Yeah, you know, if it were a severe Amaretto, if it were a severe thunderstorm watch, I would think it would include the area where the thing hits, but you may have it, Amaretto. I don't know. I'll get the legend on that out in a second. I didn't even know what a solipsist was. Now I am. Yeah. All right. So let's see what we've got here. Yeah, cancel that. Yeah, don't. All right, so what we're gonna do is, okay, oh boy. All right. Okay, that's gotta, thank you, Jake. All right. So, okay, if that's really, every now and then I get a thing. It's like Pacific time. Great, I'm in Pacific time. I don't have to do anything. Oh, Central time. Oh, great. Wait, Mountain time. Who uses Mountain? Okay, I gotta calculate. This is in UTC. Really? Why not use Zulu time? Make me calculate that. Okay, that's all right, so that is so from marginal to slight. Okay, so I enhanced. All right, so okay, thank you. Oh boy, Jake. Yes, thank you. All right, so no, we're gonna do an update, and this is from NOAA. I just want to see how yeah, they've updated. So this is day 1, valid through 12. So don't tell me that's Zulu. I think they may be using Zulu time. Oh, okay, no, that's okay. Okay. Here's what we've got. Yeah, okay, that makes sense because that's about to hit Detroit. We are looking at an enhanced. That is the I'm gonna bring this image up because I think you guys need to look at this. Okay, this is the current outlook, and it is not as rosy as I would have liked. Let's get this up. Yeah. All right. So what we've got at this point that we are looking at. The dark green is a marginal risk of tornado that includes Indianapolis, Columbus, Wichita, St. Louis. Um, okay, yeah, okay. So that's marginal. Slight is the yellow. That includes Chicago, Milwaukee, Kansas, Cleveland, and Fort Wayne. Enhanced is the orange. That includes Detroit, Toledo, Warren, Michigan, Sterling Heights, and Lansing. So they've elevated this. It is now an enhanced risk of. Okay, okay, severe thunderstorms, remnants of. No, wait a minute. Okay, no, this is. Oh no. Okay, no. Okay, I apologize. No, I think probabilistic. Okay, no, this. All right, all right. Okay, there we go. So perfect. All right. Nope. That's actually those are the severe numbers. I'm sorry that I misspoke. Those are not the tornado numbers. Those are the severe weather numbers. So that was just me. I didn't check it before I went that. So those are the severe weather numbers. So good news. Right now they are projecting a 5% probability. This is the worst. The worst they have right now is a 5% probability of a tornado in Chicago, Detroit, Toledo, Fort Wayne, and Grand Rapids. 2% in Milwaukee, Kansas City, Cleveland, and Madison. So it looks like what I'm going to do is, yep. All right. What I want to do is see if I can capture that. Yep, I can capture that. And then I will get that up and then we'll take a look. But okay, so that's good news. It looks like they're going to be getting some severe weather, and that's the what you're looking at right now is the chances of severe weather and enough wind to cause significant damage, and that's pretty high. But that's not those aren't the tornado numbers. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you guys the tornado numbers as soon as I can get that up. And those are small enough that I'm feeling better about all of this. But why isn't this? Hmm. Nope, it's not going to do that. So let me, and that's not going to work. I could screen share, I suppose. No, I really don't want to do that if I don't have to. There we go. All right. Now, the good news is, while I've been told that talking to yourself is a sign of insanity, I've learned on good authority that it's not. It's when you hear people talking back that you've got a problem. So, there we go. Okay, I've got this up now. We're about to look at the tornado numbers. And this is issued 20 minutes ago. So from 20 minutes ago, there are the tornado numbers that we're looking at. This is their estimate of a probability, 2% in the dark green of a tornado, and a 5% in the orange. So those are a bit better numbers. Let me get that. That's not good. There we go. We will keep that there for now. If those numbers hold up, I'm going to be cautiously optimistic that we can start to wrap things up. So I'm going to give this at least another 10 or 15 minutes, and we will check in with Mr. Torres, who has not updated on what he believed was going to be a funnel. He hasn't updated that, but if that doesn't spawn a funnel, they're actually then the storm is actually already past Lake Michigan, so it's actually past a huge swath of that 5%. So that's good. All right, I think we've got ourselves some numbers that we can count on. That's all from NOAA. So I am. Yeah. Well, I was going to joke and say, oh, he's from Australia. That means he's not really here. But that's how Landon Knoll got barred for life from YouTube. It was a joke. He got barred. We have that episode. Anyone wants to see it. But all right. All right. No, this is good. This is good. Jake, thank you for the continued Ranch View Elementary School. The good news is the storm has passed. Actually, well, no, let's keep doing that. It doesn't hurt. But I think good. Yeah, I'm really curious. Yeah, I appreciate that the stream looks stable. It just isn't, and I'm not sure. It's had some stability for some times, and then and it's just a pain in the neck because you guys are actually about 70 seconds behind, but that's all right. It's not. It looks like we're past any of the real urgent stuff, so it doesn't matter if you guys are that far behind. So say again, you know what? Like and subscribe if you guys like being able to get this content. It takes a lot of work from a lot of people to get this done. Come on in and join the Discord and see the people who helped put this thing together. And yeah, I think we have a good Discord. I think you guys will enjoy yourselves if you go there. And I think that's just one. You know what? We have a patron too, and we have a patron hangout, and I think some cool gifts for the high-end patrons. But you know what? I just come on in and hang with us and chat. I think that's always a fun thing to do. And just looking at Amaretto, you're looking at the radar with. Would you like a Amaretto? I can send you where we're getting that from. If I can put it in the live chat so that you can see it. Like I said, I mean the good news is let's bring. I can close. So at a minimum, yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to. Yeah, so we can put, that's 146, so yeah, that's an easy thing. So what I'm going to do here actually is, that's why, that makes more sense to me. There we go. Oh, that's the wrong image. Let's see, where is... Okay, it's not showing the projections for the tornado. Where are the tornado projections? Don't have that. I literally just put them up. Now I'm arguing with vMix. Huh. Okay, they're down. I wonder how that happened. Well, I can bring it back up. So, vMix and I have a love-hate relationship. No, just want to kill it most of the time. All right, we can put... All I need to do is figure out... Yeah, so let me put up the... I'll put up the stats here. Boom. Hopefully it's gonna not close this time. There we go. And there we go. All right, so that's the percentage. It's gonna be a little small in that window, but all right. So there you go. You should be able to see the Doppler radar and that. We still haven't heard from Mr. Torres, and I take that to be a good sign. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. Detroit's about to get hit. I mean, Detroit is really going to get hit. We can bring that back up here. Yeah. I mean, you guys should have this in HD, so... Well, the good news is, well, if you're in Detroit, so it looks like it's starting to dissipate slightly, and the red stuff is going to hit really below it. But we may also be ending the range of this radar. We may need to switch to a different one because you see that the circle. You know, storms don't naturally assume that circular shape. That's the end of the radar. So, yeah. So in a minute I may go look and see, but I mean, yeah. There we go. All right. So what I'm gonna do here is check. Yeah, you guys really are about a bit over a minute behind. I'm gonna check the Discord, see if anybody had anything urgent to send to me. Oh yeah, and then Jake, so Jake sent me a map, and it says, here's the map you want. Mouse over the tornado category to get tornadoes. And silly me, I was just like, oh, look, a tornado map. And didn't read the second part. But Randolph Richardson is in the live chat, and he's Canadian, so we can blame Randolph, which is perfect. All right. Yeah. No, and I don't have my notebook. Yeah. All right, let's see. I mean, right now, Detroit's definitely in a severe thunderstorm. So it's still northern Indiana, southern lower Michigan, far northwest Ohio. Let's see if NOAA has updated any of. Okay, so there's an okay. That looks like, so they do have, so there is one watch in effect, but it looks like they're thinking the okay, I want to just double check because I want to see the current weather watches. Okay. Okay, so they've changed. So the tornadoes, it looks like they've moved the tornado risk area. So that map is no longer, they've actually moved it off of Detroit, Michigan, all of those areas right now. The 5% tornado risk has moved to Rochester, Syracuse, and so it's all New York. So right now, New York, and that's the huge path of it. And there's Pennsylvania, and New York, and Ohio at a 2% chance. So those are reasonably slim. And admittedly, we're talking tornadoes. I'm tempted to stay broadcasting, but on the flip side, I think everybody's getting tired, and there's tornadoes across this country that do. I mean, 5% isn't. I mean, my hope is. So I'm going to give it another couple of minutes and see if anything changes. But at this point, it looks like we're just looking at a severe weather event, but not tornadoes, which is I think what I'd be most worried about. Mr. Torres has not updated on, and it looks like it's past the point where it would need to be to, yeah, so that was 43 minutes ago. So I don't think anyone's expecting anything. There's definitely a possibility, but I think at this point, the most dangerous areas now New York, and it's still only at about a 5% chance. So, and not being an expert in weather, I don't think that's unusual for storms like this, which we do get reasonably frequently. So we're probably, I mean, the good news is, I there was at least one tornado that was really extremely serious. We were looking at one point at least 5 watches, but we had reports of as many as 5 spawned by this system, and it looks like now nobody's expecting really any significant likelihood that they're going to spawn anything else. It's not out of the realm of possibility. Again, right now the only place that needs to worry about it really is New York and Pennsylvania. So it's moving off. Yeah, the chair I have to figure out. Yeah, I have to find a way to fix the chair. That's a problem. My AC is running, and presumably you can't hear it. I also often have it covered, but it's just getting awfully hot in here. So I even took off. I'm not wearing the $400 suit. It's that bad. But the chair. Nothing I do. Let me. I've tried to do the sound settings so that the chair doesn't, because the chair's bad. I've heard it background. I was like, I had no idea it picks it up. So all right. So I think what we'll do is probably do another rundown in a few minutes, and if we have no updates after that, probably talk about wrapping it up. Okay, marginal is 2%, slight is 5. All right, so we've got marginal for most of Pennsylvania, slight for most of New York. Yeah, it's let's see if I can get the adjusted map up. Oh, yep, that'll be easy. Perfect. I hate it when they make it really hard for us to do this. All right, so the adjusted map. Oh, cute. Okay. Nope, that's the old one. There we go. That's the adjusted map. That's what we're looking at right now. These are tornado probabilities. 2% is for the green, 5% is for the brownish color. And honestly, that's a lot better than what we've been looking at for much of the evening. So is it a $40 t-shirt? No, this was a gift. It's actually last year's Father's Day gift from my girls, and I decided to wear it today because, and I didn't have to, once we decided to go live, I was just like, oh yeah, I should probably put on a wrist. Like, nope, don't have time. It was cray. So I'm still wearing my Father's Day shirt. Couldn't be prouder. I will say this before we go. I'm trying not to get too sappy. I couldn't be prouder. I have 2 really awesome kids. So they got me that super dad, and we played video games today, and we chatted and tried to do a family game. One of them got a little frustrated, but they're great kids. My eldest likes the news, and she likes knowing things, and so we taught her about Kim Jong-un, and then in 5th grade she tried to do a was it fifth? No, it couldn't have been. Was it 5th grade? I don't remember. It was in one of those grades. She tried to do a report on Kim Jong-un, and they're like, "Is this really a topic that you should use? You've never heard of Kim Jong-un? Yeah, I've heard of Kim Jong-un. I'm just anyways." So yeah, and Randolph, when we're done, I'll have a few minutes if you want to VC, but I'm gonna try to go to bed. I think, like I said, so right below me is the current map. It looks like Michigan's clear. Yeah, yep. I think Michigan's good. So let me put the map back up. So what we had, actually, let me show. Well, we've had a whole bunch. I mean, we're looking at this. It turned into this, and it is now this. This is the latest. This is, I think, about 20 minutes ago. And what we're looking at is about a 5% chance in New York, 2% chance in Pennsylvania, but you can see it hits a swath. Detroit is going to get hit. They're going to get hit, I think, reasonably hard with the storm. But if you look at the weather track, and this radar doesn't show it as much as I'd like, I'll show the weather track in a minute. But yeah, I mean, this is a significant improvement. So I think we're doing much better, and I'm not anticipating anything else serious. We've been keeping an eye on a couple of independent people who track these things. Michigan, University of Michigan, which and Michigan is now, I think, in the all clear. And then NOAA, and nobody is tracking any warnings, and I don't think that they. Let's do. That was actually probably not what I wanted to do, but that's all right. There we go. So if you look at Detroit, you can see that the orange bands are actually going down and they're dissipating. Now that's the edge of the radar track, so we can't tell exactly what happens, but my suspicion is, and that goes to 3:41. So that's 5 minutes ago. That's from 5 minutes ago. So let me just hold on one second. So at this rate, they're going to get hit, I would estimate. I mean, they're already getting rain. They're going to start to get whatever thunderstorms they're going to get, assuming there's something already past this radar, in about 20 minutes, I would say. 20, 30 minutes, Detroit will get the worst of it. But it looks like it's not going to be that bad. All right, so yeah. All right, perfect. Thank you, Jake. All right. So yeah, I think we're going to wrap this up. As I said, so what we're looking at is there was one major tornado. It was by initial reports, these things change, but it was at least an EF3, and which would make it the strongest tornado to hit the Chicagoland area in over 30 years. And it the reports are the damage was 2 miles wide. It hit at least 3 towns. There are, I think it's 13,000 homes without power. Fires, a number of gas line breaks that caught on fire, and a few other things. The Ranch View Elementary School in Naperville has been turned into a shelter, and we know, what is it, Woodland has also been hit very badly, is what we're being told. So we had one report, well, we knew for a fact at least 5 warnings, sorry, not warnings, sorry, 5 watches in 3 states. And it looked like multiple tornadoes had touched down, that we got at least 2 different cities or 2 different towns that got warnings while we were broadcasting. That it looked like funnels were forming. It looks like they did not form, so our hope is that nothing happened there. But at a minimum, at one point it looked like we were tracking up to 5 tornadoes. But it gets that way because you're getting lots of reports from different areas, and they're never entirely accurate. So the best we can tell, we know for a fact there was 1, and there may have been several others, but the damage seems to be really quite serious. Right now, the track that we are looking at is, you can see the storm. It's basically about to hit Detroit. It's going to continue east. It is going to hit New York, Pennsylvania, the East Coast. Right now, what NOAA is projecting is a 5% of tornadoes through most of New York, some of Vermont and New Hampshire, and 2% in most of the Pennsylvania area, some of North Carolina, basically what you see here. So that's what they're projecting as of this moment. I think that those are much better numbers than what we were looking at We had lots of people, didn't happen. So I think we're doing well. I would urge everyone to, remain cautious and just be aware that these are some pretty serious storms and that they've already spawned what appears to be an extraordinarily serious tornado. I almost said volcano. That would be interesting. The weather's not getting that bad, but at any rate, I think we're pretty good. So I want to do one more round in the live chat. If anybody has anything else they wanted to, so that new map is I can't. They're using Zulu, so it's just confusing the living daylights out of me. Thank you, Jake. Okay, so it looks like that map is not going to be valid until 7 a.m. Eastern, which 3 hours from now. Okay. Let me close that out. All right, so I think that's about it, folks. Thank you very much for joining us. Like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic at this point. If anything else touches off, we should be here and we'll be able to inform you. In the meantime, please do like and subscribe if you've gotten this far. Hopefully you enjoy the content, and join us on our Discord. I'm gonna probably go to sleep, but you never know. And thank you again, and we look forward to catching up with you guys later. Have a good night.